Hey traders, what's going on? The watch list video here for Friday, July 2nd, which reminds me the 4th is on Sunday and the market is closed on Monday. So there is a 3-day weekend. 3-day weekends are a great time to study. If you follow me on Twitter, I put out a link to a half price trading course and free lifetime chat room membership to go along with that. So that's on my Twitter feed. If you're interested, 3-day weekends are a great time to study while your stupid friends are out drinking. That's what I always like to say. You know, they're partying and you're studying. And that's how you get better. Anyway, the SPY actually a little bit more range than the last few days, gapped up and going out at all-time highs. A couple highlights from today. I called MOXC. I'll take today's candle out of it. Whoops. Scooted. All right, so we already had this on watch because of the big move, few-day pullback, and then a nice rip yesterday. So we had it on watch, and then let's look and see what the setup was. So out of the gate, it gapped down, goes up, and tops out at 2272. Let me move this a little bit. Came back down and I called a second mouse through 2250 with the high of day and yesterday's high stacked above when you have a recent high flyer. And that thing just took off out of the game. It was a huge trade for a lot of us. And that was pretty cool. MRIN, I'll tell you what, this literally broke my heart on the morning gappers. It was on the morning gap playlist. And I saw that it had topped out at 12. I was getting ready to call it and take it back through 12. And I actually threw out an order. And it jumped me by like 3 or 4 cents and then did that. It heartbreaking. But anyway, switching to 5-minute candles, I still called a 5-minute buy setup in the fives buy zone, whole number flush below 16. I actually got filled at 1581, I believe, which is pretty close to the low of this candle. And we got to move back up to 1750. Doesn't look like much, but that was a decent little move and a decent little trade. AVXL was just an old school bounce play, right? Look at the daily. I had it on watch, take today's candle out of it. Had the gap up and then 3 red days right in the buy zone. You can see it had a green candle today. What was the call? You guys know I like afternoon high of day breaks out of a narrow range. That's my favorite setup. Well, look what it did. It topped out at 2380, hit 2380 again here. And I posted in chat even a reminder, hey, this is setting up as a bounce play entry, which would be over 2380. So then it breaks and just climbs higher the rest of the day and goes to 2460 by the end of the day. Actually, I have that written wrong on the website. So a nice little move there. It's just an old school bounce play, right? So there's a good example of what we look for if you're not familiar with that. So, all right, so that's a few highlights, excuse me, from today. What are we watching for tomorrow? And remember, it should be low volume, I would expect, right? Because a 3-day weekend's coming up, 4-day trading week with a holiday attached next week. I expect to be kind of dead too. Having said that, I think our group is doing a great job of finding the stocks to trade, the in-play stocks. As you see, we're catching them every day. So anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? MRIN. It had this crazy move and then the gap down and sellers came in. Next thing you know, it rips and takes out the highs of the crazy day, but closed well off its highs. So this is as simple as it's an in-play stock and I'm going to look for an A+ setup, but it's certainly extended. NEGG had a monster rip yesterday. Today, kind of a quiet inside day. Wayne made a nice call on that through, I didn't put it on the website. Darn it. I'll show it to you though. Here it topped out at 1750. He called it long over 1750 right here, and it went to almost 19. So that was a nice little call too. But it closed well off its highs. I still want to watch it because it's been making pretty nice moves the last couple of days. AUUD, another heartbreak. I'm over in my office, but away from the screens for a bit, looking for a receipt in my file cabinet, and this thing gives a Tokyo setup, which I think John in chat posted it. Anyone in there could have probably had the Tokyo had you had this on a chart and been at your desk like I should have been. Anywhere in here, right? You see the volume coming in, the high of day still above, and it had a monster move. Anyway, I missed that too, but this is definitely on watch. It had the big move, couple red days, and next thing you know, it's curling right back up, showing some great strength. So we're gonna watch AUUD. This is unlike me, but I'm putting DNUT on watch. It's only traded for 1 day, but it's Krispy Kreme donuts. Who doesn't want to try to make money trading a donut stock? And you know what? It actually was pretty strong today, right? Just ripped, topped out at the whole number 19, pulled back, then gave the 19 break, and then ended up closing strong. So this one, I'm going to watch it. There's really no chart to go on, but if it gives an A+ setup, I'm going to give it a try just because I want to make money off of donuts. How cool would that be? ALF, monster move, 4 days in a row, lower. You guys know what I'm looking for there, right? It's A+ bounce play setup on an intraday basis. We'll see. GRVI, kind of the same thing. Had a huge opening 2 days, and then now you've got 3 days lower on declining volume. This is just another pure play bounce play setup is what I'm looking for. Same with XYF, big move, 3 days lower, right into that buy zone on declining volume. Pretty good setup there for a potential bounce. Remember, only with an A+ intraday setup. ANY had a nice pop back here, secondary pop there. It looked like it was rolling over and is trying to curl right back up. So I think that's worth watching. IKNX, this thing can make some crazy moves. I'm going to hover over this candle and you'll see the numbers over here. So 5 days ago, the range was 15, 12 to 25. So like a $10 range, and had a big range the next day. Then got quiet. I wish I'd have had it on Bounce Watch today, but I think Wayne was watching it and said it was even too thin for a quiet entry, but maybe it catches some attention tomorrow because it made another strong move and you got recent highs nearby. So probably thin, whippy, nasty trader, but we are going to keep our eyes on it. All right. SRNE, nice little breakout today, going out basically at the high of day. We're going for a follow-through pattern tomorrow. TATT, potential gapper tomorrow. There's nothing interesting about this daily chart, but in after hours, as I'm talking, and it's an hour and a half into the after hour session, this is trading at 890. So trading all the way up there. It had, I think, collaboration with Honeywell or something. So that's a potential gap play tomorrow, TATT. And AESE is another one. This one, as I'm talking, is trading at 279. So another potential gapper. And we'll find other gappers in the pre-market as well. But for now, I'm done babbling, and I'll see everybody in the chat room in the morning.